An American and an Australian held hostage by the Taliban for the last 3 years were freed today in exchange for 3 imprisoned senior militants. RT correspondent Sayeh Tavangar is following this story and joins us now in the newsroom with the latest. Sayeh.
Yes, Farron, American Kevin King and Australian Timothy Weeks were released 3 years after being kidnapped outside of the American University of Afghanistan in Kabul, where they worked as professors. And just hours ago, both men were handed over to the Afghan forces at Bagram Air Base, which is the largest U.S. military base in that country. Now, here's a picture of both men in 2017, which they both appear so disheveled, as you could imagine why. Now, the 2 professors were ambushed by gunmen and taken from a vehicle while leaving the university campus in Kabul in August of 2016. U.S. Navy SEALs had attempted a rescue mission several days after they were kidnapped, but both hostages had moved on just hours before, so it turned into a failed attempt. Now, according to local police officers who were involved in the swap, a 48-hour ceasefire was observed before the swap. The men were then flown away in a U.S. helicopter, and the condition of both men remains unclear, but Afghan President Ashraf Ghani said that their health had been deteriorating while in custody of the Taliban. And as part of the swap, 3 militiants arrived in Qatar from Afghanistan. Now, the swap includes Anas Haqqani, a leading figure and fundraiser in the Haqqani militant group, and 2 other senior commanders who had been held in prison by Afghan authorities. Anas Haqqani's older brother, Sirajuddin, leads the Haqqani network of fighters and is the deputy leader of the Taliban, which has a political office in Qatar. Farron, this is a huge gamble, though, for President Ghani. Anas Haqqani's release is being seen by critics of the Afghani government as a very risky move. Haqqani represents one of the most extreme parts of the Taliban, the part responsible for some of the deadliest and most high-profile attacks in the heart of Kabul, which has left so far hundreds of civilians killed or wounded. But at a press event in Kabul today, President Ghani told his nation that the release of the 3 was a hard decision he felt he had to make in the interest of the Afghan people.
The release of these 2 foreign teachers was part of our main demands during the indirect negotiations with Taliban, so we can assure the families and the countries that these 2 teachers belong to, that we welcome and honor those who come to this country to pursue education as an appreciative country and nation.
But if this release is followed by a reduction in violence, it could repair the damage, but that remains to be seen. However, Afghani government managed the deal in a way which made it appear like it was in charge and not the Americans.
Sayeh, what does this prisoner swap do for the stalled peace talks between the U.S. and the Taliban that was supposed to be going on right now?
Well, Farron, officials hope this will make the Taliban accept direct talks with the Afghan government, something the militiants have always refused to do until now. And as you recall, peace talks collapsed in September after President Trump had invited senior Taliban leaders and President Ghani to meet at Camp David. But a Taliban attack in the Afghan capital 2 days earlier, which killed a U.S. soldier and 11 others, prompted President Trump to pull out, saying the group probably didn't have the power to negotiate if they were unable to agree to a ceasefire during talks. However, the Taliban have long refused to negotiate with Ghani's administration, calling it a puppet of the U.S. So again, a positive for the Afghani government. Reporting live from the newsroom, Sayeh Tavangar, RT.
Hey YouTube, thanks for checking out our channel. We hope you enjoyed the video. We have tons of content for you just like this. For more of RT America's one-of-a-kind news and analysis, be sure to subscribe and never stop questioning more.